Hey guys, welcome to modntune. We're getting started on our next build here, which is this 2001 Honda CRV LX. It's a pretty run-of-the-mill CRV, but it should be a good platform to start with. It has the factory B20 Z2 2-liter engine that has 150 horsepower and 140 foot-pounds of torque. It has an extremely clean interior, a full-size spare out back. And check out these cool 15-inch factory steel wheels with center caps. Okay, so before I get it on jack stands, let me go ahead and get these side skirts off. Okay, so I already got a few of these fasteners out. It seems like the preferred method of doing this is just to rip them out. They're just too brittle to come out on their own. So just pop them out like that. It's way easier than trying to get them out the other way. There we go. So all the fasteners are out of this side skirt. And then typically you just hit it in one direction and it should pop off. So I'm going to push on it. Okay. There we go. Let's take a look under here. So I was expecting rust. Okay, let's take a look at the rust under here. A little bit worse on the bottom here. Okay, check this out. That's nice. Rat's nest. Nice. That's probably what was holding in all the moisture. It's that nest. Just want to check it real quick with the Rust Checker 5000. Some solidness there. That's nice. Alright, so we made a whole valley. That's nice. Let's check over here. Fairly solid back here, so we might have to run a little bit of sheet metal over here. It's just a flesh wound. Alright, let me go ahead and show you guys the front end here. This thing was definitely in a fender bender at some point. Looks like it had a new core support put in and a little bit of straightening on this side. Overall, not too bad of a job. One thing that was a little surprising but not unexpected was this huge rust hole in the fender here. So I'm going to have to do something to take care of that. We also have the suspension right here, which is going to need some love. So let's just get into it, guys, and start tearing this engine out. Alright, time to pull the engine. Everything is disconnected except for two motor mounts. I'm going to get my engine hoist set up and I'm going to get the car jacked up higher than it is so we can get the engine dropped out the bottom. Alright, I have the engine hoist in place and I also jacked up the front end a little bit to give it more clearance to get the engine out. This is where I got the hoist hooked up to. I have the transmission down here, one of the bolts, and also on the back of the head here there's a larger bolt to hook up to, so seems pretty solid. Only thing left now is to get these two motor mounts on the side, and we should be getting this out. Alright, well that could have gone a little bit better. Got snagged up on a few spots and ended up dumping a couple quarts of transmission fluid on the ground, but no big deal. It is near the ground now. Now I gotta figure out how to get this crane out of here. So I think I'm just gonna prop it up in the middle there and drop it, and then I'm just gonna have to shimmy it off this leg over here. So let's go give it a shot. Alright, I got that thing dragged out of there. Didn't go quite as smoothly as I wanted, but it's out, and that's all that matters. Made a little bit of a mess here, so I'm going to have to clean that up, but very happy I got that thing out, and now I'm going to go take a break because I'm super sweaty. Alright, we're back. I did a little bit of a reset. I got the floor cleaned up. I removed the drive shaft and exhaust, so those are out of the way, because the next step is to get this subframe out, which is held in by 8 very large bolts. So the Milwaukee Impact is going to be putting in some work. It's still connected to the suspension, so all of that should come down in one piece and make things super easy. So anyways, we're just going to get into that right now. Alright, we're just 4 bolts away from dropping this entire subframe. I just have to get these 4 on these struts here. Alright, let's go ahead and look at this subframe assembly. The bolts actually came out really easy. We've got some busted coil right here. Same thing on the other side. Busted coil. Very strange. Let's go ahead and flip it over. So yeah, pretty interesting. But good thing we're not going to be reusing pretty much any of these parts, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, the next logical step for this build is we're going to be doing the same thing we just did in the front, but in the back. Getting all these parts out, so let's just get into that right away. Alright, it's me a few days in the future. I've been really busy trying to get this whole rear end assembly unbolted. As you can see, we're dealing with a pretty significant amount of rust, but I was able to get pretty much all the bolts out. Last thing right now is just the 2 strut bolts on top, and this whole thing is just going to drop down. So let's get this thing down, and I'll... Alright, we're making big progress on the CRV build. We got both subframes removed. We got the engine out of there. Next up on the disassembly front is I'm going to be removing this entire interior, including the dash, and we also have to get the gas tank. After those are done, we can start addressing this rust and really start getting into the fun portion of the build. So anyways guys, just stay tuned. Okay, so while the exterior might look like it has 400,000 miles, the interior definitely looks like that of an 86,000 mile car, which will be nice because typically these old Hondas are just nasty and not cared for. So anyways guys, we're just going to get into this and start pulling the stuff right away. So alright, I've been working on getting this interior pulled. Thought I'd take a quick break to update the progress, and also wanted to show off the CRV table. If you don't know, all these CRVs come with a picnic table in back. This is removable and it has foldable legs, so pretty cool. I'm gonna just keep chipping away at this interior and keep going. Alright, I got it pretty cleaned up, so now it's time to get this dash out of here. I'm not exactly sure where all the bolts are, but I'm just gonna start pulling stuff and eventually it'll all come out. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this plastic piece down here. Alright, I got that dash out of there and it is looking bare in here. Let's check this out. So I went ahead and took the carpet out right away too. And you can see it's fairly clean. There's a little rust spot over here, but not too bad. But yeah, you can really get an idea of what we got going on here. Super happy I got that done. Garage, doors, tires. So the next step in the process is to get the garage reorganized. I'm going to get the subframe out of here, the front and the rear, because I'm virtually using no parts from those again. Yeah, because we're going to get into the portion of the build where it gets really messy. So I want to mitigate as much of the mess as possible, kind of protect everything. So yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna continue getting all this little stuff off of the chassis, getting the garage straightened out, and then we'll catch back up with you and do another update. I got the it's one, and here's two. Okay, after a little bit of sketchiness, I got this thing lowered close to the ground. I don't have any like dollies or anything to put it on, so I am using the engine stand to get the front end hoisted up here, and that's actually working really good. And then I'm just kind of using my other jacks to support it in the rear here. So I got the jack stands in there. They're acting as counterweight because for some reason it wants to tip this way. So anyways, I'm going to get this thing shimmied over into the stall here, and then all the parts and everything are going to get pushed over onto that wall. So then when it comes time to paint and stuff, I can cover all that up in one area and keep it clean. So that's the plan anyways. I'm going to work on getting this thing shimmied over, and then we'll see from there. Alright, I got it moved over. I was able to use my little parts cleaner bin as a dolly, so I got that sitting on that, and then the front end is using the engine hoist, and I can pretty much move it wherever I want pretty easily right now. One thing, I want to get these out of here, but unfortunately I have to reuse this left side trailing arm here. I wanted to just put this outside and forget about it, but I gotta get this bolt out first. Okay, so I got that trailing arm off there. So the bolt is rust welded into the bushing, so I was able to spin it out, but I can't get the bolt itself out, so I just cut it off on both sides. Anyways, that was just to get this trailing arm off. As you can see, I have all brand new parts for everything else. So I can finally get this big hunk of metal out of here. Side note, I was also able to get the diff out, so that's good. But I'm going to go ahead and get this garage set up differently for painting and body work and metal work. So yeah. Alright, we're getting the quarter panels out of here. My friend Garrett is here to help. We're going to do it two ways. He's got this fancy tool here. I'm not sure how to use it yet, but first we're going to do it the old-fashioned way and saw it with this cable. There's a handle on the inside too that I'll be working, so here you go, Garrett. Alright, let's try this out. So I got my handle, and then we're gonna saw. Alright, that's working pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this window done. Alright, so we were able to get this back area here, but I can't get around this corner without tearing up my seals, so we're just going to try to use his machine here and see if that works. So we'll give that a try. Alright guys, so we got the machine set up and Garrett is spinning it now. We have of course forgot the tool to turn it, so we're using an adjustable wrench, which is not ideal, but as you can see, the wire spins on that little deal and it's pulling through the back here. So very slow process, but seems to be coming. This Honda bond is like made out of steel, so it's a little bit harder, but we'll just take our time. Alright, so it's coming along. I'm heating up the outside to get that adhesive a little bit loose, but it's coming slowly but surely. Alright, we are so close. We just got this last couple inches, but we can't get a good angle at it, so the suction cup is just moving.
There goes. Whoop, that's the clip.
See that little yellow line in there? It's just cutting along.
I think we're at the point where we're gonna have to cut it.
Alright, we're gonna try to cut the rest. Alright, we were able to get that window out of there. You can see that big coating of adhesive. Stuff is tough, but yeah, we're gonna move on to the next window and get that done. Alright, so here, okay, so the machine can't really get in this corner, so we're just using the razor blade to separate it. Looks like we're stuck on a clip.
Clip. There.
Here we go. One more window out. Alright, let's go ahead and check out this CRV shell here. So I finally got it to the point of disassembly where we can move on to the next phase. I drove this thing in here as a running driving car just 8 short weeks ago, and I finally got it to this point where I can get into the, in my opinion, fun stuff of building. That's why we're here, and I get to use my creativity, and you guys can see what it's all about. But this is just like the beginning of a movie. You know, you got to go through the slow portion first, got to get the setup in there so you guys will really understand where this is coming from and you don't just see a pretty picture at the end. You're gonna know exactly what it took. So this windshield, that's gonna be staying in here. I wanted to take it out, but the risk is just too high of breaking it, and that's just adding more funds that I have to pay for onto the build. So we're gonna leave that there, do a nice tape job. But yeah, looking good, guys. All the parts got stashed over here. I don't want to go too far away with them, because I feel once you start stashing stuff away in places, you're setting yourself up for a build that's longer than it needs to be. So we're just going to just shuffle stuff around and do it that way. So here's all the new used subframe parts that I need to go through. That is probably not going to be till the third episode. This next episode coming up is going to be all about this shell here and the bodywork and the metalwork and all that stuff. So that's going to be real fun. We're going to set up some plastic in here to help keep the mess down, and got a few tools to help me out here. I went and bought a new shield and goggles, and I also got this nice Ingersoll Rand body saw with this wire wheel as well. So I think if you have the proper tools, it's really going to help make things go a lot smoother, a lot quicker. I don't want to dilly-dally on this stuff. So anyways, guys, if you're still watching, thank you so much. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We probably got, I think, 3 more episodes coming up, and it's going to get wild. So just stay tuned to see what's coming up, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.